But make no mistake, looking for your purpose in life doesn't necessarily bring you peace and quiet. Viktor Frankl said that in Man's Search for Meaning. I have with me Nick James. Nick James is an alternative indie songwriter who uses music to express where he's been and who he is. Welcome to Looking to Make a Difference with Gail.
Thank you for having me, Gail.
So excited. I can't wait for everyone to hear your song, but we have to go over a couple of things first.
Sure.
This alternative indie songwriting, not everybody even knows what that means. I had a few people ask. So would you define that?
Sure, yeah. I've never really, I don't think I've ever really thought about defining it, but all it is a mix of influences that I have, anything from classic rock to hip hop to acoustic rock, really anything. And whatever I write, whatever I have in my head, when I play an acoustic guitar, that comes out, and that's my alternative songwriting.
When you grew up, what people were most popular?
A lot of hip hop music for me.
A lot of hip hop.
Yeah, a lot of Eminem, a lot of Young Jeezy, a lot of 50 Cent, stuff like that.
So you're taking a little bit from everybody? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, they inspired me in terms of, I like listening to the words that they wrote. So that was my first exposure to storytelling music. And then, you know, I had the background of like classic rock and things like that from my dad and a lot of other things.
Why from your dad?
My dad loves music. My dad always was playing music. So he likes like 80s hair metal. So I had.
Did you write poetry as a child or a young person growing up? Yeah. Creative writing?
I did. I wrote a lot by myself in my room, sort of deal. So I had an interesting household growing up. So I would write to make myself feel better about that.
It is cathartic, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Did you keep any of those songs from then, or poetry, or not really?
You know, my mom actually has like a box of old things that I would write, and she has kept it, so I kept it with her.
Wouldn't it be interesting for you to go back now, at your age, and look back to see?
Yeah, it would be. It would be interesting. I've looked at some of it. And it's like the furthest stuff back is interesting to look at, but this stuff only a couple years back, it's almost like I don't want to look at it.
Why is that?
I feel as though I've evolved in a certain way to be like more specific about what it is that I'm writing about. And so I don't want to say I look down on where I was, but it's just an evolution, you know.
Remember the quote that I had said before when I introduced you, make no mistake, looking for your purpose in life doesn't necessarily mean peace and quiet. Can you relate to that at all?
Yeah, I really relate to that. I think that looking for meaning, especially in music, for me, it's a little bit different than happiness. Happiness is fleeting. I can wake up happy, I can wake up unhappy. Happiness kind of comes and goes, but meaning is anchored a little bit deeper in something that I feel just deeper in my heart and my soul, you know.
Well, Viktor Frankl, and again, in his search for man's meaning, you know, he talked about what people need in order to survive in this world, and that is love, work, and courage. Agree?
Love, work, and courage. Yeah, I would say that those are three integral components of life. For me, honesty. Honesty is something that I've needed to learn how to incorporate into my life in a pretty serious way in order for me to just be successful in relationships, be successful professionally, be successful in my creative life. So honesty is up there for me.
Honesty is up there too, good. Yeah. All right, you stated, and I quote, and I saw this on your Facebook page, I had a moment of clarity for the life I live today and gratitude as opposed to what was. You never know what I'm going to ask or where I'm going to go with this. All right, so I'd like to know, what was your moment of clarity for the life you live today?
The moment of clarity that I had, and the moment of clarity that's kind of recurring for me, is a moment of gratitude for where I am today as opposed to where I was earlier in my life. I struggled with addiction. I struggled with alcoholism, addiction. I grew up in a family that was plagued with addiction. So, you know, to be where I am now and look back on that, 7 years ago, and where I came from, it makes the little things much easier to appreciate for me.
So how do you live with life's terms today?
I live honestly.
Honesty would be the key thing. Okay.
Honesty, open-mindedness, being willing to, put the work in when I want something. When I want a relationship, I need to put the work into the relationship. When I want a creative endeavor, I need to put the time and the work into it.
Do you have to fight that angst at times? Is it still there?
Yeah, it's definitely still there.
How do you fight it?
I sound like a broken record, but rigorous honesty, rigorous open-mindedness.
Open-mindedness, honesty,
yeah,
and what else?
Compassion.
Passion?
Yeah, compassion.
Compassion.
Yeah, helping other people. And music is a big part of that for me. Music is a little bit different than just an outlet for me. It's almost like an impulse, like, when you go to the doctor and they smack you on the knee with that thing.
Right, you have that knee jerk, correct.
That's what music feels like to me. It doesn't feel like something that I like to just do. It feels like something I need to do sometimes.
What would you recommend to other people as far as getting started with music?
Just get started.
Just do it.
Just get started, yeah. It's better
But if you can't sing, I can't sing.
It's infinitely better to do something poorly than to do nothing.
Oh, I like that. Than to do nothing at all. And if you fall, you pick yourself up, but you try it.
Yeah, and you will fall.
And you will fall.
I will fall, and I'll fall again. And
you know that.
Yeah, and the patience and persistence to keep on going when I get tired of songwriting, when I feel like I have nothing to say anymore. Staying patient through those lulls is like what gets me through to the next stage a lot of the time.
Soul to my soul. I heard this and I just fell in love with it. What was the impetus for this?
It was actually about a friendship that I have, somebody in recovery, and I watched them come into recovery, and I watched them get clean and start to change their life, and then change the way that they acted from there, and started leading them back into a darker place. And that's pretty much what it's about, more or less.
Where can we find you?
Right now you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, but I do have an EP, a 5-song EP, coming out in August. It's going to be on Apple Music and Spotify.
On Apple Music and what?
And Spotify.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know that you performed in Brooklyn, Long Island, Manhattan.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Next is to get this EP out.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it right now. I mean, the last year has been difficult with live music, and it's put me in a position where I need to grow in the recording studio and get some things down. So I want to finish that before I get back out there.
Well, next time I want you to perform Foxhole Prayer. What do you think? Come back?
Yeah, I would love to.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Nick James.
Thank you.
Salt in my soul, I watch you grow from someone unkind to someone I don't even know, and no one could tell you the truth and fear what you may do. It's breaking my heart. Oh, it swallows me whole. The self-centered place that you go. They grow deep and turning your cheek. Forgot where you came from. You think you know just what you need. Forgive me if I disagree. Forgive them for watching you sing. self-centered place that we go. Mirror that hangs for you on the wall, ask what you'll lose if you keep refusing the truth. Whatever's most important you'll lose. I thought someone taught that to you. Oh, it's breaking my heart. Oh, it swallows me whole. Self-centered place that you go.